Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well and taught me this truth. Peace, blessings, salutations, and mercies to the elect and the remnant out there listening and doing this word with all faith and sincerity scattered amongst the nations and the four corners of the earth. To you I say shalom, Lord willing. This video is edifying. It's going to be centered around the article that centered around the topic of Iran striking the United States and Israel, all right, in a preemptive strike, okay, which is something that is, before previously would have been thought to never be uttered, right? Something that's pretty much unheard of is a nation threatening to strike America, okay? But that just goes to show you how far things have turned, okay? Typically, if that were to happen, the U.S. would, be in there, in the jump, skip, and the hop, not wasting much time. I mean, we've seen what happened with Maduro in Venezuela, but the U.S. knows, right, that getting involved with Persia is a fatal move, right? It has the possibilities of being such, and we know through prophecy that that's exactly what's going to happen. They get involved in that land, right? Then their end is definitely near, okay, or at hand, for better words, right? The article by Politico: Iran threatens preemptive strikes against Israel and U.S. bases. Tehran would consider U.S. military facilities and Israel legitimate targets if it detects signs of an impending attack. Iran's parliamentary speaker warned, because the Persians, they understand that Russia is on their side. Okay, they understand that China is on their side and North Korea. They have allies and they have the resources. Okay, and they have certain advantages against the U.S., right? One being the terrain in which they sit on. Two being the weak stature of America right now. America is not what it used to be, all right? And Iran is definitely not any of America's previous victims, okay? They've shown the ability to hold their own, okay, which is the most major difference, okay? When Israel struck them, they struck back hard to the point where, those Israelis were forced to broker a ceasefire, right? Because they were taking a lot of damage. Okay, and right now you have that Mossad CIA-backed uprising over there in Iran. And those Persians are pissed. Okay, and it's a lot of damage being done. All right, and people are being killed in the streets. And Trump is threatening to intervene on the side of the Iranian people in order to, stop what they're doing against their own citizens. who are being, manipulated by Israeli and American intelligence, right? So things are very, very close to popping off. But we know that next time it pops off between Iran and Israel, it's going to be the real thing, man. It's going to be the thing, I at least personally don't think that it's going to end in 12 days next time, because we saw the U.S. get involved when the latest exchange went off, right? The U.S. got involved, which is, pretty much the first time they've gotten involved, on the side of Israel. But that's because they had to. So I think they understand that they're not messing with a little guy. Okay, they ain't Venezuela, they ain't Colombia. All right, they ain't Iraq or Afghanistan or Syria. Kingdoms have died fooling around with Persia, man, and America is going to be the next one to do so. Okay, this is Joel 3:9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Right, so the Lord is waking up these warriors, in the spirit of war in these different nations. Okay, and he's doing that through provocation. Different ways in which he's stirring the pot. Okay, whether it's through tariffs or if it's through aggressive dialogue, right? Or if it's through actual strikes, regime change, okay, wars. Everybody on the earth right now is been geared and gearing up for the next major war. All right. It's a very tense, frantic environment on the global stage. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I am strong. And that's what you see, man. Originally Iran wanted that nuclear ability just for, this, to have, sustainable energy for their people. But now they understand that they need that nuclear energy for the protection of their people against the West. Okay, America and Israel and its allies, man. Okay, and that's exactly what they've done. They've taken, their resources, the limited resources that they have, and they built up a formidable army. Okay, an army of ballistic missiles, which is the way that wars are now being fought. It's no longer about ground invasions and conventional warfare. It's about how many missiles can you build, and what are they capable of doing, right? How far can you shoot them? Can they evade radar systems, right? Are they powered by nuclear energy, or, are they, can they hit the target, right? So the Lord is definitely, stirred the pot, and he's put the spirit of war out in the earth, okay? And that's what we're seeing, all right? This is Jeremiah 49:20. Therefore, hear the counsel of Yahweh Shema Shah that he hath taken against Edom, and his purposes that he hath proposed against the inhabitants of Teman, because this is a telltale sign that Esau's time of rulership is up, man. This next great war it will be the end of him. He's not going to come out on top. All right. And America is not going to, continue to be a place. It's going to be utterly destroyed. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. Right. So Israel's going to draw them out. Okay. Draw out all these nations in the Middle East. Okay. And they're already, they're doing a mighty fine job at it. Okay. These nations are sick and tired of what's happening over in that land, man, the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Okay, there's been nothing but destruction. Okay, nothing but wars, nothing but turmoil. Okay, and they understand well where it comes from. All right, this is Second Ezra's 15 and 20. Nine. When I started 28, behold, an horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Okay, because these, the Middle East is broken up into sections of different peoples. You got the Arabs, which is, a mix of people, mostly Ishmael, right? But they're mixed in with Ham and the Syrians and Elam and, a mixture of different nations, that make up the Arab nations. But, a lot of them are Ishmaelites, right? But they're they've been gearing for war. They have these different abilities and technologies in which they haven't had previously, to where now they're formidable, all through what? America intervening, okay? Giving them weapons, right? Whether it's to fight off the Russians or to destabilize a nation, okay? But they have that ability. Also, the Carmenians raging in wrath shall go forth as wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. Right. The land of Israel is going to be completely destroyed, man, and they're going to team up. Okay. Persia and these different Arab nations. Okay. Once everything is said and done, nobody's going to be on the side of Israel outside of America, and nobody is going to be on the side of America. That's why every nation is going to have hand in this destruction, okay? Because they all see what's going on, all right? And they all see the common denominator is that America, it has its hand in everybody's business, okay? And their objective isn't to bring peace and reconciliation. It's to stir more and more chaos so they can profit, okay, and steal the resources and take lands that don't belong to them, okay? This is Jeremiah 50 and 23. How was the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against Yahweh Shema Shai. That's right. America has been going around, slinging its weight everywhere, man. Okay, and Trump is embodying that spirit, that they've always had, but he's making it more. He's the most brash with it, Okay, he doesn't give a fuck. It's not no, is they used to try to sugarcoat it and window dress it a certain type of way, but now all the mask is off. No more Mr. Nice Guy, and the world sees this. How they are willing to just go into a land and destabilize it, unapologetically, and just tell you straight up, yeah, we're gonna take the oil and we're gonna use it for our purposes, right? And in the world, these nations, they look at it like, hey, any one of us could be next. They're talking shit to their own allies, man. So they don't know whose side or what America might do next. All right, so America getting involved in Persia is a snare, man. And it's the trap to get to lure them in where they'll be destroyed, man. Right in that valley, man. Israel as well. Okay? Because Yahweh Bashim Shah have done this. All right? This will soon be the end of America. And they're going to go into it. They're going to fall hook, line, and sinker into it. Okay? Because Yahweh Bashim Shah has willed this. All right? And they're not going to come out on top. Okay? America's army will be... America's military forces will be obliterated. And America itself will be completely wiped away for all eternity, man. So without give all praise and the glory to Yahweh Bashim Shah, Bashim Bakakudash Wa, Abba Babal, and DTA DTN.